Hi, everyone. Thanks for the introduction, Fernanda. So, as you mentioned, I'm a faculty in the Human-Computer Interaction Institute at CME. And today I'll be talking about our work on creating a mixed reality AI system, bridging physical and virtual worlds to improve children's inquiry-based STEM learning. And first, I'll give a little bit of background about why we're doing this. So as we all know, AI and XR have become very hot topics of discussion these days. We live at very exciting times where new advances in AI and XR are happening every day, and with that comes new possibilities and new opportunities. But together with it also comes some new challenges and sometimes even questions and concerns. Are we getting more isolated, and can we create technologies that don't take away our human values, but instead foster more collaboration, communication, higher level thinking, and longer lasting learning? And while so many exciting advances are happening with AI and technology, on the other hand, we're still faced with many problems in education. As you might know, even though children are curious by nature, according to National Center for STEM Elementary Education, 1/3 of them have lost interest in science by 4th grade. And this will lead to approximately 2.4 million STEM requiring jobs being unfilled in the very near future. That's a huge problem, not only for the US, but the whole world. So what's the solution? Our solution is Norilla, a new genre of intelligent science stations and mixed reality system we have created with my colleagues Ken, Katie, and Scott Hudson at CMU, adding an AI layer on top of physical hands-on experimentation to improve children's inquiry-based STEM learning and engagement, while also fostering curiosity and 21st century critical thinking skills and persistence skills. So this system is made possible by our faculty method and AI technology that provides personalized interactive feedback as children are doing experiments in the physical world. So we have a computer vision AI system that tracks what they do as they're doing experiments in the real world, and it provides them interactive real-time feedback as they do experiments. And we have an AI agent that guides them through the process as they're doing scientific discoveries. And while it's fun and engaging, it also promotes collaboration and turns kids into little scientists, helping them understand the reasons why rather than memorizing facts. So here's a short video to give you an idea of how it works, and some kids and teachers talking about their experiences.
Has these flat padlocks. Yeah, and it has these on both sides and it has this on the top. So I think, yeah.
Uh-oh, your prediction was not quite right. The left tower fell first. Why do you think this tower fell first? Because it is taller? Because it has a thinner base? Because it has more weight on top than bottom? Because it is not symmetrical or same.
My students love Norilla, and I think they have two favorite parts. One is that they love the big challenge, they learn, and they love the bugging for designing. The second thing they like is the animations, and they're always giggling and laughing and interacting with the machine, and they love every minute of it.
And I wouldn't stop saying.
We know in society that students need to be nimble, they have to have perseverance. When students are using Norilla and they go through these challenges, sometimes they don't always get it. And that's great. We want our students to be able to interact, we want them to learn, we want them to grow, we don't want them to give up. And that's what Norilla teaches students. It teaches them not to give up, to persevere through challenges, and be nimble what they're learning. And those are the skills that students need today in the 21st century, and Norilla provides those skills.
I'm gonna be a soldier when I grow up, because I want to be sweet.
You're in second grade, right? Is this the way that you learn with your teacher in the classroom, or is this different?
This is way different. We never do this.
You never do this?
This is extremely funner than school.
This is the best day of my life.
Yeah, kids are amazing. So we have been investigating some research questions in our research around Norilla to see how and if AI and XR can improve children's learning and engagement. And the results of this research has been published in Science magazine recently. And our first line of research investigates if it's enough to have virtual learning, or is it better to have a combination of the physical and virtual in a mixed reality setting. And our second line of research investigates if it's important to have the AI guidance on top of physical experimentation, or could we achieve the similar results with only physical experimentation in the real world alone? And this question is important because many of the maker spaces or the museum exhibits, STEM products these days rely a lot on physical exploration, and they do not have this type of AI guidance on top of it. So we wanted to see if it's critical to have the AI guidance on top. So to explore our first question, we conducted an experiment where we compared the learning and engagement outcomes of a group of children interacting with our mixed reality system with an equivalent tablet or computer game that was integrated only on a screen. And we wanted to see how their learning and engagement was different between having the mixed reality versus only screen-based virtual version. And the results of our research revealed that having the mixed reality combining the physical and virtual worlds improved children's learning by 5 times compared to the equivalent computer and tablet games that were only on the screen, while also increasing their engagement. So after seeing that having the physical and virtual interaction in the mixed reality was very critical, you might be wondering about another question. So is it crucial to have the AI balance on the physical experimentation, or could we achieve the same results with free exploration or hands-on physical experimentation? So to test this, we conducted another experiment, this time in a museum, Carnegie Science Center, actually, context. We compared our intelligent science exhibit, and we turned off the AI, and we made a matching exhibit that was matching the standard exhibit in the museum context. So a lot of the science centers and museums have this type of physical hands-on exhibits where in this case they would have a start button to shake the table, and they could build anything they want, and then they have a stop button. So we wanted to see how having the AI on top of the physical experimentation could improve learning and engagement. So for this experiment, we looked at both scientific outcomes and the engineering outcomes to see how much children were able to learn and understand the scientific concepts and how much they could apply it to a real-world problem-solving task as well. And the results were quite interesting. Looking at the scientific outcomes, we saw that having the intelligent mixed reality version improved their understanding of the scientific principles significantly more compared to having the only physical standard museum exhibit. And what was more surprising was that when we looked at the engineering outcomes, even though children were doing a lot more building in the unfacilitated, like the standard museum exhibit, when we had the intelligent AI layer on top of it, their towers improved significantly more. Actually, in the standard museum exhibit condition, we saw that their towers did not improve at all over time. So even though they were doing a lot of building, they did not understand the reason about what's going on, so they were not able to transfer it to real-world problem solving. Whereas when they had the AI layer on top of it, it improved it much more. So we also saw that another surprising result was that we saw children were significantly more engaged and spent approximately 4 times more time at the AI-enhanced intelligent exhibit compared to the standard museum condition. So again, having the AI guidance and the mixed reality interactive feedback and challenges kept children engaged for longer periods of time by providing more feedback and more guidance and giving them different challenges based on their background as well. And we've also been looking at how the AI and mixed reality can facilitate conversations among parents and children in this informal learning setting. And we saw that having the AI agent and the mixed reality was guiding the parents to ask more questions to the kids. So they would ask things like, what's your prediction? Why do you think so? So they would encourage the kids to think about the reasoning more, like mimicking the AI girl in the system. So they would, it would guide the parents together with the children. And children were using more scientific vocabulary as they were doing more scientific discussions as well. So in addition to having these promising research results, we've been receiving positive feedback from the children, where you said things like, could you make one for my birthday? I can train my toys. Or we told our science classes were fun like this. So after seeing the promising research results, we wanted to disseminate our technology and make it beneficial for more children in the real world. So we've been partnering with many organizations, including schools, museums, after-school programs, Boys and Girls Clubs, Head Start programs, to reach underserved children as well. So we're currently working with about 35 to 40 locations around the U.S. and internationally, reaching millions of children. So here are some of the science centers and museums we're working with an NSF ASL grant. And we also started an exhibit internationally in Spain recently, which gave us a chance to explore the impact of AI-enhanced exhibits internationally and showed us that there are similar problems all around the world. This was not focused on children, but it was also focused more on older people and how AI, what kind of a perception they have of AI. We saw that a lot of them were scared and they would say things like, oh, I was really scared of AI with robots, but we saw that AI can actually be good for people. So it was nice to see the transition in their mindsets. So as I mentioned, we've been working with many school districts, and our system is often integrated into their STEAM labs or maker spaces, and sometimes they're transitioning their libraries into an innovative media center, so it becomes part of that transition. And to make it easier to adopt, we also provide them curriculum that goes together with the technology. And in addition to the curriculum, our mixed reality system is modular and can be extended to many different content areas. So this is another module that sits on the same platform, so it turns it into a forces and motion activity. So they're making predictions about like which car will go down faster down the ramp. So they're learning about potential energy, gravity, friction concepts. And again, our computer vision camera tracks what they're doing in the real world. So for example, if a car has more weight in the back versus the front, so it tracks what type of things they build as well, and it gives them personalized interactive feedback as they're doing these experiments. And so to wrap up, for future work, our goal is to extend our mixed reality system to many different content areas. And this one, for example, is another one we're building, which is like in a pirate ship context. And the kids are making predictions about which side of the balance scale will go down, and they predict how much each animal weighs by doing different experiments. And they're learning about some multiplication, equations, math and ratio concepts, and they can also do any building that they want. And again, the computer vision and AI tracks what they do. And it's also adaptive, so it can track what they're having a hard time with and give them personalized feedback based on that. So as we have seen, AI and XR does not need to be scary. We just need to find ways to make it more approachable, collaborative, and meaningful for the kids based on proven learning methods and techniques, and prepare our children to be builders of a better future. Thank you.